Welcome to Access SCC. Summer is here and we're celebrating with a green theme.
We have a new green screen available for checkout. I'll show you how to use it in the studio.
And we'll also take a look at editing green screen footage with Final Cut Pro. Summertime also means parade season here at SCC. Find out how you can get involved.
And we'll visit with the team behind Voices of Experience and get an inside look at our new master control system.
Stay tuned. Access SCC starts right now.
Each year, SCC teaches a 9-month video program for high school students in association with Northern Star Council called Explorers. This year's program has 8 explorers and recently won an award. Here's Andrea, Exploring Post Advisor, to tell you more about it.
The Explorers program for youth aged 14 to 20 provides an opportunity to explore a career in a student's field of interest. SCC Exploring covers television production, including field cameras, studio production, and editing skills. This year, our 8 explorers have shown amazing talent and commitment to the project. In honor of the post's achievements, the Northern Star Council presented SCC with an Innovation Award on March 14th, commemorating our post's creativity. Explorer Adam Bezekny accepted the award on behalf of all the explorers and advisors. Explorers Claire Umberger, Jacob Anderson, and Josh Hozek were also in attendance. So what is this year's program all about? I'll let them tell you.
I've actually got a lot of questions, like people are like, oh, well, what kind of extracurricular activities do you do? I'm like, well, I'm making a TV show.
The program that we're doing this year is, it's like an anthology sort of thing where we're going to have 4 fake trailers for 4 completely made up movies and with some host segments in between. And basically we're just kind of taking apart some of the movies that are out there today. Hi, I'm Adam Bezekny, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's program, the Mega Magnificent Monster Movie Madness Show, or as I like to call it,
It's kind of like a TV show where they talk about different movies that are upcoming and, you know, did they like them, did they not? Kind of almost like a talk show, I guess.
It really puts us in every situation that a person has to go through. Studio, editing, and using hand cameras.
I joined Explorers because Andrea came into my school and during my film production class and told us that the public access TV station was looking for some young people to do a show. And I was actually thinking of joining on the class anyway because I had a couple ideas for some stuff that I wanted to put on the air. And that's basically it, was that I've been meaning to join the station for a while and this was the perfect opportunity.
I joined Explorers because I was interested in the TV broadcasting bit of it, and I was looking at the program the University of North Dakota had, and for Studio One, they had a lot of stuff over there, so just getting some experience.
The reason I joined Explorers was because, I don't know, I've always been into I've wanted to get into the film stuff. I've been, you know, watching YouTube videos for a long time, and it kind of sparked an interest in where I'm like, well, I'd love to do more of this, but I don't have the skills. Maybe I could learn them here.
What have I learned so far? Well, I now know how to use all of this really awesome equipment. I had no idea what any of this stuff did before, and now I feel like if I was just set alone in a room with it, I'd be able to, you know, actually get something done.
Some things I've learned being here are how to use a studio with like entire audio sets and like giant cameras and live calls and stuff like that that you couldn't do outside of a studio.
The main thing that I've learned so far is how to work with a big group of people in this field, like filming and anything. So, and then there was learning Final Cut Pro was a big something that would help me, and learning how to use more of the features on some of the more advanced cameras.
So when we ended up winning the award, well, I accepted it. That was definitely a nerve-wracking sort of thing because I had to stand up in front of everyone. But I feel like I felt really proud.
So we won the Innovation Award, and I feel like I'm pretty much a genius for doing that. Some other people helped me out, but it was mostly me, I think.
I felt pretty good about winning the Innovation Award because I included it in a lot of scholarships.
Well, I felt pretty good about it because it didn't seem like we did that, but then when they kind of told us what it was like, yeah, we did. And then at the ceremony, it was pretty cool to be there because you were with these other people who've done some pretty cool stuff too, and to be one of them was, well, that was nice.
My favorite thing, the absolute favorite thing about Explorers is getting to go into the group environment with everyone and just kind of feeding ideas off of people and seeing where it leads, and you know, everyone has a good time about it and it's all joking and fun, but when it's time to really get down and serious, we can't do that either, except when we really need to.
My favorite thing about Explorers is probably all the people here, because we're all interested in the same types of things and we have the same sense of humor, so... The horror. When we're trying to make a video, we all pretty much know what it's going to turn out like, roughly.
I like the fact that it's with some of my friends, I'm doing what I like, and since it's 2 hours long, I'm not always thinking about, okay, what am I going to go do next? It's more of, what are we going to do, and then how are we going to do it?
My favorite thing about Explorers is that it qualifies me for coming in here after the program, and I like the studio in general because that's what the profession I'd go in if I went into media.
It's the funnest part about my week. I look forward to that every other week where they're like, oh, yeah, don't forget to be there on Tuesday. I'm like, I won't forget, I'll be there.
SCC is very proud of Explorers' progress this year. We thank each of them for their involvement and hard work. This year will wrap up in May when the Explorers will present their final project to their parents and friends with a special screening. If you are interested in learning more about Explorers or are interested in joining next year's program, starting in fall 2012, contact me at 651-747-3834 or Andrea at scctv.org.
The tech staff is off and running with the new Master Control upgrade, but there have been some concerns about how this transition will affect producers. Here is Ted with an update on Master Control.
Here we are deep in the bowels of Ramsey, Washington Suburban Cable Commission, and even deep in the bowels there's a certain buzz in the air, and that buzz is our Master Control upgrade project. Right here we've got the old racks, but in there the new racks, and that's some serious technical upgrades that you the viewer will see and enjoy on all public access channels here at SCC. What you won't see any stoppage, any loss of programming here on our public access channels. You're going to see non-stop programming that you've always seen. All regularly scheduled programming that you normally see will be seen during this incredible transition time right here at SCC. Our crackerjack tech staff, they're on the job right now, taking out with the old, putting in the new. Here's the old, in the new, that's inside there, ready to go, for you to be seen. It's going to be an exciting time here at RWSCC, Suburban Community Channels, and you'll see it all. Technical upgrades that you'll see, you'll enjoy every day, 24/7, 365. But stay tuned, there's more upgrades that will be happening and we'll be rolling out for you, new exciting upgrades. You'll be seeing that, so stay tuned and we'll give you upgrades in a timely fashion, right here, right now, for you.
you know that SCC has a green screen for studio use. What you may not know is that SCC recently added a new green screen to our equipment inventory, available for studio use and field checkout. We thought this would be a good opportunity to discuss how to green screen in Studio A. This is our new Westcott green screen, available now for producer use. The other side is colored blue for blue screen purposes as well. So how do you set this up for your studio show? I'll show you. Start by reserving the Westcott green screen for your next studio shoot. Plan to bring in a still image or a video background that you will use to replace the green in your shot. Ask staff for details on uploading your background. When setting up, position the green screen behind your set in a location where it can be well lit. Set up and extend the stand. Unfold the green screen. Attach to the clip on top of the stand. Attach the clip to the bottom of the green screen and snap it onto the bottom of the stand. A key element of green screening is lighting. Make sure your green screen is lit independently of your set and that the light is even and without shadows. This will allow for the cleanest superimposition. Now you're probably wondering, how do I get my image to appear over the screen? Our studio switcher has the ability to do this in a few simple steps. Press key 1. On the key bus, select the camera that shows the green screen. Press the chroma key button. Move the joystick so that the white crosshairs in the preview monitor are on the green. Press the grab button in the upper right-hand corner. On the program bus, select the source that will replace the green screen, such as the CG. Use the gain, clip, or hue knobs under the Effects Transitioner group to adjust the sensitivity of the color being keyed out. Use the slider bar to transition from the preview monitor to the program monitor. So what can you do with the green screen, you ask? Plenty of things, like this, or this, or this. Now you're all set. The green screen will record onto your program in real time and your show will be finished and ready for master control. If you would like to learn more, sign up for our next Advanced Studio Production class, where we give you a chance to try out this process yourself. Think of all the amazing things you could do with your show using this feature. If you have any questions, be sure to ask your friendly SCC staff. In addition to the capabilities of using the green screen in the studio, you can also add visual effects in the Edit Suite. Ryan will take us through how to use the green screen in Final Cut Pro.
As Andrea showed earlier, the green screen is great for use in the studio, but you can also use it out in the field and edit your footage right here in the Edit Suites. Like anything in Final Cut Pro, there are multiple ways of doing the same exact thing. In this demo, I will show you one of the more simpler ways of editing your green screen footage. Once you have selected your clip and placed it in the timeline, go to the Effects tab in the browser window. Select the folder for Video Filters, then the Key folder. The filter we will be using is Chroma Keyer. Click and drag this filter to the clip in your timeline. Now, double-click on the clip so that it appears in your viewer window and select the Chroma Keyer tab. Once you are in this menu, you can then adjust the color range of green to key out, as well as adjust the saturation and luma until all of the green screen is turned black. You can also fine-tune your settings with the edge thin and softening options. Sometimes you may also need to do some additional adjusting to remove the green halo around your subject. This halo occurs when the subject isn't backlit enough and starts to blend into your background. To fix this, you can use the spill suppressor filter. After you have added this filter, double-click on the clip to bring it into the viewer window. Select the filter tab, and while in there, you can adjust the spill suppressor filter to remove the halo. Now that the clip is all set, you can then add your video footage, render, and enjoy. There you have it. It's just that easy. If you have any questions about editing your green screen footage, talk to any one of us staff members and we'll be more than happy to help you.
Community media is a powerful tool for connecting organizations with their community. A great example of this is the show Voices of Experience. I sat down with the AFL CIO members who volunteered to produce the show as they talked about their experience with community media.
I'm Bill Moore. I'm the recently elected president of the Minnesota State Retiree Council, AFL CIO. We're an organization of organizations, an umbrella organization, if you will, for retiree clubs and retiree organizations that are affiliated with unions all around the state. And our goal in life, our purpose of the organization is to keep union members who have retired from their jobs engaged in the labor movement on issues of the day, both issues that affect retirees such as pensions and Medicare, Medicaid, health care, things like that, Social Security, but also issues that engage people who are still in the workforce. So we see ourselves as an agent of change and an opportunity for retired people. We haven't retired from life, so there's still plenty of work to do, and to be effective in the political arena particularly, you need organization, so that's what we do.
It would have been around 2001, and we were still quite a young organization, having only been chartered in 1997. We were discussing all of our communication strategies in the communication committee and discussed a number of different things that we tried, including a short stint of commercials, which got too expensive fast. And two of our leaders at the time, Mike Kodgelaboy, and the president at that time, Irv Neff, who was the second president of the organization, were very enthusiastic and eager to be going with a community cable program. And Mike was involved here at Suburban Community Channels with producing a show and hosting a show, I think, for, I believe it was the Veterans of Foreign Wars, but in any case it was a show that had to do with veterans. So he had the background to do it. And Mike was a driving force in getting the show going. Suburban Community Channels was a friendly home for Mike, and so that's how we ended up here at Suburban Community Channels with the program. So this would be the 10th year we're starting now.
We are reaching out to the 99%, and we're trying to present some issues that speak directly to their concerns. On a federal basis, the Affordable Health Care Act, and we followed all those developments very, very closely. Prior to that, the Medicare Part D Act on prescription drugs. It was very, very necessary to explain what that was. The Social Security Administration appeared frequently on our program through their PR spokesperson, Jim Chekowitz, who added a new dimension to the program. He always sang a song during the course of the program. But we're dealing with state issues as well. President Moore mentioned currently the right to work issue. We did a show on that about a year ago. And if it does get on the ballot in 2012, we'll be doing a new show on that. But the marriage amendment is on the ballot in 2012. We did a very good half-hour program on that. That's something that's not widely understood. The so-called photo ID amendment will be on the ballot, and we had a very thorough program on that as well. So we're filling a gap here. People don't always get the knowledge that they should have, or they only see it in a headline. And here we have a good discussion on those issues.
And it's an informational resource, especially now that we've been able to get shows up on YouTube and Facebook and that. You know, particularly with reference to this, I mean, Dan mentioned the campaign against the so-called right-to-work laws, but we've been able to refer people, you know, that if they miss it on the Suburban cable channel, or they're not in this area and can't pick it up, we can say, you want to know about right-to-work, there's a good show about this, or you want to know about what's happening with health care, there's a good show about it, and here's where you get to it. And so it's been a huge informational resource for retirees and for people beyond our organization. So
the variety of the information, and it's all important, that's been made available to anyone who would take the time to watch. I think you can't get that anywhere else. I'm thinking of all the talk shows and whatever. They're not anywhere near as potent with information and good information as what's done here with Voices of Experience.
Well, where else would you get a guy that'll come in from the Social Security Administration, give you a great background, and then sit and play a guitar and sing a song he wrote about Social Security? I mean, we've had some fun things go on here.
I've been involved with production for about 4 years, and you know, it's hard to believe, but I'm the best they got when it comes to director, so that's my role. My local union said, well, the AFL CIO Retiree Council is looking for people to fill up seats, I guess. So I went over, and Martha was president, and she said, you know, we're looking for people to help with the show. And I thought, well, gosh, that sounds interesting. I could go over there. And I worked with Russ Thornell, and you know, I don't know how much help I was, but you know, I thought I would pick his brains, and not for any other reason, but just for general knowledge. And then two things happened. Russell decided to leave, be with family and the like. And it seemed like the technology that we were using here changed. So he was doing tape-to-tape stuff, and you know, I couldn't keep up with him, and it was just like a blur to me. And then about the time that took over, then we went to the, you know, and I don't even know the terminology. That's why it's so embarrassing for anyone to say Roger knows what he's doing, because I'm really lost. But then the technology changed. We went to computerized recording and the like. But so I just kind of grew into it. I was looking for something to do when I retired. I joined the council. The council looking for some help. I got up here. Russell needed to go. Seemed like it was okay if I, you know, did what Russell was doing, and I have not measured up to his good work. But that's kind of how it happened for me.
Well, we have right now a 4-person crew. We've done it with 2 people, and most shots are with 3. Roger here is the boss and crew chief. I am the gopher, the lowest ranking guy on the team, and in between we've got Larry, and we've got Mary now, and she's learning the whole show from the bottom up. We do everything. We set up the stage. We're all sound technicians. We're all lighting people. We're all camera people. During the show, Roger will be sitting in front of the big panel, which reminds me of a cockpit of a Boeing 747. I don't understand any of those particular gauges and so on. Larry will sit back there and snap on graphics. I'll keep an eye on the sound.
They volunteered. I mean, this is a complete volunteer from Dan and Bill, who have hosted, and Martha, who, you know, served as president and the founding meetings and all. Where all of us are just volunteers, so that's an interesting thing too.
I think organizationally it's a big challenge to keep volunteers, to keep recruiting volunteers, have people trained. In case something happens, you want to have backup, and you want to have as many people trained as you can so you don't burn out your crew. I mean, these folks work hard doing a lot of volunteer work.
And I want to make sure that we thank the Suburban Channel folks, because without them, I mean, it's just like starting over some days for us. And without your help, all of the folks here have just been great, generous, and patient, and we appreciate that greatly.
People really get a hold of this thing. Well, there's a mess.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of Access SCC.
We hope to see you this summer. Stay up to date on all our summer events by following us on Facebook and Twitter.
Sign up for classes and events by visiting the studio or giving us a call.
We'll see you soon.
Stay up to date with, sorry.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah.